Bring it to business, bring it to business. You know, I'm sorry. Go back to what you do. Get a little hype off my piece, I'm sorry.
No, you good money. This is nice.
That's what I do when I'm on my off time. I try to, you know.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another podcast episode.
It's been a minute.
Good neighbors, we are back. I am your one half co-host, Dre.
I'm the other half co-host, Lamont.
How y'all doing today, man? Again. So today's topic is going to be focus and concentration.
Oh, good grief.
I feel like, you know why? Because I feel like a lot of times,
Excuse me,
including myself, we lose focus really fast.
and there's been a lot of things that's been going on.
For
Where
real.
it kind of like, you thought you were doing good, and then you get put back on that track, you know. So,
Seriously.
and I think
And sometimes a lot of people have that tendency of getting on track, and then that one thing, something can happen.
something derails you.
Yes. And you just stop doing whatever it was you was doing.
Mm-hmm.
You probably was on a good course. You was just doing great. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And then something just happened, and it just stops you, like you just said, it derails you. So, getting into focus and concentration.
You looking good today, my man. I wouldn't say that. You look good today, bro.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You always look good, man. I
I
like your ensembles with the footwear and everything. I love your footwear.
Yo, your footwear.
Nah, you be killing it with the outfits, the shirts and the hats to go with the kicks.
I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
I just be basic, man.
I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
I'll be basic with it, man, for real. So, lack of focus and concentration. I'll just put up a couple things that I think are some of the reasons why we lack focus and concentration.
Okay.
And so let's see what some of these things say.
Before we get to that, is there anything that you think that derails you from being the best you that you can be?
Yes.
I'm sorry if I put you on the spot like
No, it is. It's a couple things. Me not focusing on one particular thing at a time, so that messes my focus up a lot. When I jump into a certain habit,
Right.
that slows you down. I don't want to speak on a habit,
Right. It's understandable.
but we all got certain habits that slow you down. So there are some things that actually make me lose a lot of focus and concentration.
Right.
A lot of times also it'd be myself,
Okay.
because I don't give myself a chance to really just laser focus on that one thing, because I want to do so much in so little time.
You got so much things going on with you. You try to balance
So,
them all out at the same time.
Correct.
So I
lose
Very
focus.
understandable. I understand
So I lose focus a lot. And that's why I wanted to talk about it, because as I try and gain back my focus and concentration, I feel like there is some people out in the world that possibly need to do the same thing. And
Absolutely.
so why I'm doing it, why not try and help everybody else to do the same thing? Well, help the ones that need to be.
Yeah, but the crazy thing about it is we all need it.
Yeah.
Because once we get so comfortable in what we're doing, we think it's the norm. And because we think it's the norm, that it adheres us from our best potential.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And because we believe that, you know, I've been doing this for so long, I think I'm good. But then you realize there's a lot more that comes with it, no matter how good or how much stagnation and being in place that you are. There's still more to get.
And even though you're great at it and you're good at it, but are you really focused on it? You know what I mean? Because a lot of us, we get so complacent where it's like, yo, we've been doing something for so long.
We get stagnant.
We get stagnant. We assume we're doing good at it, but are you really focused on doing great at it?
Right.
Because you may just be borderline
Doing the basics.
and not know. You know what I mean? Because you've been doing it for so long, and so you lose focus. It's the same thing with people that work. When I started, well, not necessarily when I started working, but in the beginning, of adulthood, when I was working, there was a time where, of course, at those times I was making minimum wage was like around $6.25 or something like that.
Okay.
So at that time, you would go from that job to another job, making maybe $7.50. But your focus was to earn more.
Earn more, yeah.
So then you go.
I'm good where I'm at for light work.
Correct. And so now you go from $7.50 to a job that may be like $8.75, and then from like $8.75 to $9.25, $9.50, $10.
Okay, so let's get to this point in this aspect. You're basically talking about minimum wage.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that believe that minimum wage is supposed to take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
Not understanding and not knowing that it's supposed to give you the foundation of basically giving you the groundwork to be better.
Correct.
And you have a lot of people that believe that foundation is supposed to take care of you for the rest of your life, and it's not.
Correct.
I'm just saying that's what I think.
And that's where a lot of times you lose focus. So now you get to this threshold where you've been job seeking or job jumping for the last 3 years. You go from $6 an hour to, let's say, $15 an hour.
Right.
In the short time frame, which that's some of us that may not be short, but to some that is a short time frame.
Right.
But in a 2 to 3 year time frame, to jump from $6 to $15,
even if it's not 6 to 15, it's the fact that you have a big jump.
you have a big jump.
So okay. So now what does that tell? Okay, what does that tell you? If you're making that jump from 6 to 15, now we have to go into an economical standpoint of it, and the fact that you're being. If the economy is doing a certain way, you want to kind of combat the economy.
Correct.
Because you want to make it better. But if the economy is shooting up and you think that making minimum wage is going to better you, it's going to do a lot of damage to what you're trying to progress with.
Correct.
And I think a lot of people don't understand that. I keep messing this word up. Economical?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
You said it right.
Okay.
You said the word right.
Okay. And it's that we have to understand how the economy works.
Mm-hmm.
Because we believe that what we're getting paid in a minor job is supposed to take care of us for the rest of our lives. And it's not. It's supposed to give you a balance and a foundation for you to progress and keep going and not be stagnant and keep that job. If I said that right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so, to follow back up, it's like one of those things, you get a job, you get a certain wage, you like, oh man, this is what's up. Your bills is being paid for, everything, your vices, everything is being paid for.
Ooh, right.
You can afford everything, you can afford to save, the whole 9 yards, right?
Yes, sir.
You do that for 3-4 years, everything is still good, you still can maintain. You doing above maintaining because you're able to save and stuff like that.
Right.
But what you don't realize is within those 3-4 years, your what do you call that? Your weekly, your cost of living.
Ooh,
the way you live and the cost of living has increased. So now you're no longer living off of $6,
right?
$7. Now you're living off of 15.
Right.
So now you start doing a little bit more different things.
Mm-hmm.
So now your money start to get tightened up a little bit more again. So now what do? You go from you go from that job to another, and so forth and so forth.
Yes, sir.
So getting back to the focus part, a job sometimes will also make you lose focus because you have been so complacent and so acceptive of the perks, the hours, the unlimited overtime,
the comfortability,
knowing the people, everything. Like, you start losing focus on what your mission was 7 years ago, and that was to gain more, not be
And
complacent.
and not just be here because I know that it's a consistency.
And and you're happy with it, right?
Yes, sir.
So so a lot of us, we lose focus, we lose concentration, we have a lack of understanding the mission.
Yes.
You know what it is? We lack discipline. We lack discipline, which then goes into us lacking focus.
So I lack discipline to be the best me that I can be, and I'm just basically riding the wave.
Yep. Yep.
Because I look good doing it. I have a decent anatomy of doing it. I don't look at the in-depth inevitable.
And you were disciplined,
Right.
because you went from $6 to 12. You had a drive to get you there. But somehow, some way, you just lost focus.
Lost the sight of things.
You know what I mean? And then you stop being disciplined because you feel like you obtained a certain plateau that you never would have thought you
But why
would.
would I be disciplined? I already got it. I'm in a position of moving up. So why would I wanna,
So a couple of ways, reasons that we lack focus and concentration. I'm not going to give out all 8, but I'll give out some of the ones that I feel like it hits. Emotional procrastination. That's one of them. And
I think a lot of us fall short on that one.
yeah, for real. And I think what like the emotional procrastination is we think too much versus
We
just
overthink.
doing it.
We overthink.
We think versus just do it. And then we think that master plan we got in the inside of our head is supposed to be 100%.
And it's supposed to go how we want it to go.
But it's not even an action, it's a thought.
Just thought, yeah.
So you want the thought to be 100%, but there's no action to make it 100%.
Because I got the plan that I want to do it, and the way I want to do it is lighter. It's light work because I'm only giving you the physicality of it. I'm not giving you the mentality of it. So it's like, boy, I want to bake this. You know what? Fine, I'm gonna go do it, and you bulldoze straight through. Not thinking of the after counter effects or the things that may come with it.
Seriously.
So you bulldoze your way through it, and then if you get caught up or whatever it may be, and they say boom, 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 you're like, oh shoot, I didn't ever think of that. You kind of like set yourself up for failure and put yourself in a position where, you're assed out, kind of,
Seriously. Another ones is lack of motivation, which is this one is a little bit funny to me. I'll finish these off and then I'll go back into why I feel like it's funny.
Yes, sir.
But another one would be lack of motivation. You're just not motivated that day. Something is not motivating you. Something happened.
Something's not kicking you in the rear.
And saying, yo, this needs to get done. This is a must. It not only affects your day to day, it affects your livelihood. Right. So a lot of times we lack that motivation, and that there is one of those things. You wake up and you just gotta know that you got the will to do. And a lot of times we wake up and we be like, oh man, I gotta go to work.
It's another day.
And that right there is how you're going to live your day.
Because you don't have you don't have any kick in the rear.
Yep.
Because you know how it is. I walk around our spot or whatever, our space or wherever we work at, and I play like jazz music or I play like uplifting music, and it gives people a different outset or outlook on how they see things. Number one, we already know we don't want to go to work a certain time in the morning. I don't want to put any kind of pressure on myself. I want to do my job. I want to get it over it. But at the same time, there's something that you can instill in other people that would, I won't say take it away, but would give them a certain sense of, I need that. Thank you for opening up a lock or a key to my frustration or how upset I was. You know what I'm saying? So you have that also. But for the most part, not everybody's going to fall for it. Not say fall for it. Not everybody's going to go with that mindset. And we have to learn, how we do.
This one right here is for me and for a lot of other people. Too much multitasking.
Yeah.
It was a time where I thought I was the stuff. I thought I was the ish when it came to multitasking, yo.
I got it. I can do it.
I got it. I can do it.
I can knock it out.
I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Boom, 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 boom. What I realized was, what I didn't realize was, one, I was a lot younger, so I did not have the response. I had less responsibility. So because I didn't realize that I was younger and I had less responsibility, that's what made it easier for me to bang out those tasks.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like once I started to multitask and I started to get ahead of myself.
Right.
Yeah, I could do this, and the next thing you know,
I fall short.
And then that loses the motivation, and then you see how some of this stuff go hand in hand, and this is what make you lose some of that concentration and that focus, because you put too much on your plate, and then once you put too much on your plate and then you couldn't even complete the task, now that kind of kill your motivation, because you felt deeply in your soul that you was able to get that, you was able to get that done, and you weren't.
Because I know I can take care of it, but at the same time, you're like this. Maybe this is too much for me.
Mm-hmm. So that's another one. Time management issues, and we spoke about this in a lot of podcasts. A lot of people have issues with time management. Everybody in this world, and I don't care who you are, we all have the same 24 hours. It's how you utilize it. And I understand everybody's lives is totally different. But you still have the same 24 to decide how you want to handle everything. And it's really based on time. Now, granted, it may not go exactly A, B, C, D, but if you got a plan to do A, B, C, D, and it's 9, 10, 11, 12.
You're trickling down to everybody else.
And granted, you may not be able to get to the other one till 9:15, or then the next one till 10:20, and then to the next one 11:15. At least that moment, you're giving yourself a schedule, and then the next day, you're giving yourself an opportunity to make your time a lot more better and make up for what you lacked yesterday or the week before.
Absolutely.
It give you a time. It give you a chance to make up a redeemer today. Okay, I see where I messed up at. Boom, boom, boom. I ain't take consideration of the lights. I didn't take consideration of traffic. I didn't take consideration of, oh shoot, if I make a wrong turn or whatever like that. So, but do not let those little small things beat you
and turn you into another opposition of what you really want to be.
Because you're still on the scale of accomplishing things on a schedule that a lot of people are not even doing. A lot of people are not even on schedule. So I think time management is definitely a big issue in here. Physical health. That is another one right there for me. I've been eating crap. I've been eating like crap, man. Seriously.
Trying to balance it out. I can eat crap, but I can do this.
And
I'm guilty of that one.
And you know,
crap, and I'm gonna go back.
And you know what? Even when you say that and I say that, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
And excuse me for, I've been trying to find the right words not to say, to not cuss.
Bullshit is in dictionary.
But hey, but physical health. A lot of us be on the go. That's still, and we eat a lot of crap. Just as it took me to go to this Burger King, McDonald's, Charlie's, Harley's, whatever you want to call it. Yo, there's a Tops, there's a Wegmans. I prefer Wegmans. There's a Wegmans with already pre-made salads.
But I look at it as I'm going to probably spend a lot more money on what I want to do.
You know what's the funny thing? A Big Mac #1 probably costs the same amount as the salad. You see what I'm saying?
You're right.
We give ourselves these mind fucks.
Yeah.
And to make us believe that, you know what I mean?
There's no time to.
It's no time, or it costs more.
Yeah.
It don't cost more. It costs literally the same amount, if not $1 to $2 more.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of effort you put in to take care of it.
Your mental health, that goes hand in hand with the physical. That's another issue. Distractions, which I feel like is multitasking.
Yeah.
If you multitasking and that's not a person that you are anymore or are, you're distracted. You need to probably just be on one lane first before you decide to jump on 2, 3, 4.
Right.
You know, and I say this type of things because I'm going back to school and trying to run a business, going back to work, us doing a podcast, which this is a business. And these are out of what? I named 7 out of 8. I probably named 7 out of 8. And out of the 7 out of 8, I probably have an issue with 7 out of 8.
I try to make it light. I was like this.
I probably have an issue with 7 out of 8. Seriously.
Right.
And that's me personally though. But I know this and I know exactly what I need to do to focus. And that's give up one thing
Right.
at a time.
Slow motion. Maybe slow motion very.
Give up the biggest thing that you feel is your biggest distractor. It may be a vice, maybe a habit. It may be something that you didn't even know that you're doing on an everyday basis.
Right.
And just figure that out and try and eliminate that. And then you'll gain a little bit more focus.
Right. Makes sense.
You'll start to gain a little bit more focus. Try and work out. And that could be a walk, a couple push-ups.
Just something that keep you progressing.
Some people, you know, I wasn't a believer of a gym.
Right.
I definitely wasn't a gym believer at a time. And then after this week, I started to want to change my body and my mindset. And I understood now the importance of a gym. And so the importance of a gym is it helps build muscle. It doesn't even help if you
can't get to the gym.
It helps build muscle. So you could do all the light work exercises at home. That's going to help you lose the weight. But the gym helps you build the muscle.
The calisthenics.
Yes, which eliminates the loose fat and all that other stuff, right? So I didn't even notice that. And make a long story short, I'm not a gym person and I still don't have the time to go to a gym.
Right, I think we all do.
But what I've looked up was how to gain muscles with no equipment.
Oh boy.
For real. And there's ways of doing it. There's a lot of ways of doing it. How to build muscle without going to a gym,
I see a lot
right?
of people do a lot of workout and calisthenics to
So-
put stuff together.
So now it's, all right, what is the next thing I got to do? So I looked that up because I didn't have the time. I'm like, all right, you ain't got the time to go to a gym. All right, so how could you do this? I went, looked up exercises to gain muscle without the gym. Now, the biggest thing that I have an issue with, and I know you got a big issue with this also, and I don't know how the heck we gonna find a way of doing it, but it gotta get done.
Right.
Sleep. I gotta find a way of getting 6 hours of sleep.
Find a way to get you some decent sleep.
I have to find a way of getting 6 hours
Other
of
than
sleep.
another Tony.
That probably work, but I have to get 6 hours, yo.
Right. Yes.
I cannot.
You kind of have to wake yourself
I
up.
cannot keep having 3-4 hour sleep nights and expecting results.
Strong results.
I can't. So, you know, even today I've been making it a thought in my head, bed by 9, bed by 10. Seriously, it's like bed by 9, bed by 10. Because I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
So when you start looking at the time frames, it's like,
Where do I fit in my my me self.
If I don't go to sleep by 11, I am screwed.
Right.
12, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 hours of sleep.
Let me try to fit it in. Let me get a little bit in, and fit it in a situation where I just need a nap. I just need a power nap.
So now it's not even about
an hour there.
So
it's like you need that time.
Yeah. So that's not even about age.
No.
Yo, I'm up at 4 in the morning. I need
what your body is
6 hours of sleep.
That's what your
at
body
least,
is
man.
so used to doing. So that's
So now I'm sitting here trying to wonder why I can't lose this weight. Why am I having these backward results? I just was 190 pounds and was happy, and turned around and was 215.
Then blew up. Yeah.
And I'm sitting here trying to understand why and how.
Or where did it come from?
And the stuff that I'm naming is the reason why. I'm losing focus and concentration on the things that I need to be doing.
Instead of what you need to focus on for yourself.
So
yeah. That's the best thing we can do.
But so those are things that those are ways of why we are not focused. Now here are a couple ways of trying to improve your focus and concentration. And anybody can look these up. There's multiple websites, and please just fit what you find is for you.
Today, I'm Bill O'Reilly.
Oh, eating habits, that's another one too.
Oh, that's a big one.
You know what's funny? I used to laugh at a lot of this stuff that people was doing, or you heard about, like the caloric deficit and counting calories and stuff. I ain't counting I'm not counting no calorie. Nah, I'm sitting here looking into counting calories, because you got to. If you want to, and it's not about age. And see, and this is the thing.
It's about your physical.
So this is the thing that I realize also. Why a lot of people probably lose a lot of lack of concentration and focus. We attach age with so much stuff that is not even funny.
What?
We attach age with what happened?
No, tell you to keep going.
Oh yeah, we attach we attach age with a lot of things, and that needs to stop. We attach age with why you counting calories? Now you getting old because you counting calories. Oh, why you walking? Oh, now you getting old. You starting to walk more now, huh? Just because you want to do some things right with yourself, that does not mean that you're starting to become of age. There's some people that start these things at 18 years old. If I was to have followed my calories at 18 years old, I'd probably be way more disciplined. I probably wouldn't be struggling with the stuff that I'll be struggling with right now. And now I wouldn't be finding the same people that I was laughing at to help me. So I ask you to please eliminate age as a reasoning for a lot of things. So here are 15 ways to improve your concentration and focus. A man ain't here, but I'm gonna keep on going. The first one is to eliminate distractions. It may sound hard, and you may have to lose a friend. You may have to put some coffee down. Whatever is distracting you, and only you know what is your distractors. Unless somebody that is a friend of yours, they know you, right? Reduce the multitasking. That is something that I'm going to be starting to do. And these are my distractions. My distractions is multitasking. Worrying about other people. Practice mindful meditation. I don't know how to meditate, so I can't really dwell into that. Get more sleep. This is just stuff that, we're talking about. Choose to focus on the moment. Take breaks. Connect with nature. Take a walk. Look around your surroundings. Trees, a park. State parks is something that I like to enjoy doing. And just train your brain. Try and get some exercise in a lot. Listen to a little bit of music. And start eating right. And just set some daily priorities. I feel like once you start doing a couple of these things and incorporating these things into your life, these are the things that will help us become a little bit more focused. Now, the reason why I say this is because these are things, a lot of this stuff I used to disagree with, and now I agree with it. Most of the stuff I agree with, but now it's time to be disciplined. Now it's time to be disciplined. You have to focus. Especially if you want the stuff that you want done in your life. I want to open up a business. I want my degrees in college. And I still got to work an 8-hour to 12-hour job. So, my man Mont is back.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, these is a couple of ways though I feel like it will help improve your focus and concentration. So, and these are the things that I'm going to actually be helping myself with, and I'm going to go right back into these. So the things out of this list that I'm going to be doing is reducing my multitasking. Right. I'm a huge multitasker. So I'm going back to school tomorrow.
Bang.
So I have no choice but to reduce the tasks that I was doing and to stay focused on the stuff that I was doing. The stuff that I was doing last week and 2 days ago, I cannot do come forward. It is just, it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But what's funny is I'm actually happy I'm going back in school because it's going to give me back that hunger and that discipline that I lost. Because I'm telling you, it was one of those things where once I had got my associates, because I never thought that I was going to get that, at a time. And once I got it, and that was a small accomplishment for myself, I attained it, and then it was like, whatever, I got it now. All the hard work, whatever I got.
I got whatever I got, and that's it.
And the crazy thing is, I wanted to go back and continue. And I let something just shift me right off my focus.
Yeah, we've all been there.
A couple years later, I'm back.
You get sidetracked in doing what you're trying to do.
2 years later, I'm back. Now, granted, I know the pandemic probably was a little part of it, but minus the pandemic, I wasn't going because it was a couple months before, and I decided that I wasn't going to go.
Right. So
I am going to reduce my multitasking. I will try and do some meditation, which that's the biggest thing. I wish we would have went to Airy now that I think about it, because now that I think about it, that was one of the books that I wanted. That was one of the books that I wanted to find, was a book of meditation.
Okay.
Now that I remember that. The next one I'm going to be doing is try and get more sleep. I know this sounds crazy, but I am going to be trying to get at least 5 hours of sleep.
Whew.
Yeah, I know. We don't get 5 hours of sleep, man.
I've learned that every little bit that we get counts, no matter how much.
Now here's the catch. I did hear for your average working person, 8 hours of sleep is definitely in the need. But for the type of people that we are,
it's whatever we can get.
Is whatever you can get. But I honestly feel like you at least need 5 physical hours of sleep though. I feel like you at least need 5, at least. You can't. 4 is tough. You can get 4,
right,
and then at least get an hour or 2 hours in between your day somehow, some way.
One way. Fit something in there to rest your body at its peak.
You know, choose to focus on the moment. And somebody told me this before. It was like, yo, just focus on the moment. You're right. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna focus on the moment. And train my brain and exercise. I already listen to music, and I'm gonna eat well. So these are the things that I'm gonna be, and I'm gonna be starting to do a daily prioritizer for my life. So these are some things that I'm going to be actually incorporating with myself also.
I like those.
And it's funny because these things is already incorporated in your life. You may do 1%, 2% of each thing, but these is things that I have to have a focus on, and a driven focus on.
Straight at the target with it.
Mm-hmm. So, again, this is one of those things where I feel like if you're losing some focus, losing some concentration, these is a couple different ways of helping.
Yes, sir.
I know in another 30 days, we're going to come back to this episode and we're going to see where I'm at.
See where our updates are.
Yeah, because I'm definitely determined, man. I'm definitely determined. We got to try and figure a way of getting you some sleep, man. Because I know I'm tired too, but we got to figure a way of getting you some sleep.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Because we need 5, man. We definitely need at least 5.
Yes, sir.
For real. Because it's, especially what we want to do, man.
And keep progressing with it. We need what we need to do to fulfill ourselves into not only taking care of ourselves, but taking care of the people that we want to take care of and taking care of others.
And the biggest thing with this, I'm telling you, I feel like is discipline. And once you find that thing that kick you right in the rear, like my man was over here saying, soon as that thing come, soon as you just
get that light switch,
that's your time, man. That's your time. You know, I'm sitting over here, been feeling tired, sluggish. I know what it was or what it is, and I've been doing it to myself. So, help me help y'all.
Help me help you.
Help me help you. Thank you, because my aunt would kill me if she heard me say that.
All right.
So help me help you, and me help you, help me. You know how we go with that.
This is a Dre thing, so this is Dre's breakdown. Sorry about that, but this is a Dre breakdown.
Yep, this is a Dre breakdown. Yep. So, but we about to get up out of here though, man. So next time, we will see you guys later. But stay disciplined.
Stay strong, stay humble, stay hungry.
And find something within you that's gonna give you that drive and that hunger. You know what I mean? I feel like me wanting to do this podcast and make it work, and then all the other things that I want to make it work, that's going to give me my drive now. You know, I'm tired of being sluggish and tired and beat. And that's another thing that's going to give me my drive. I'm tired of being sluggish, man. You know, so find your inner strength and find your inner you to give you that discipline to doing what you need to do, man. Okay? All right, y'all, man. We out.
Peace.
See y'all in another episode.
Catch you later, neighbors.